How do you teach 21st century students 20th century history and make it relevant, interesting, and personal, especially when the subject is the Holocaust? Recently, I traveled to Berlin, Germany to find out.
Ich wurde 1907 in Berlin geboren. Wir waren eine große Familie. Ich hatte 4 Geschwister: Betty, Erna, Zilli und Arthur.
70 teachers, curriculum writers, and education ministry officials from 14 countries traveled to Germany recently to take part in the CENTROPA Summer Academy. The forum is designed to reach what CENTROPA director Edward Sirota called today's tech-savvy generation.
The biggest challenge is that education hasn't caught up with where the kids are. The kids are waiting for the adults to bring educational content to them. The challenge is that with iPads, iPhones, and other tablet computers is that the kids are using these, it's where they live their digital lives. But education hasn't caught up so much with that, and that's what we're trying to do.
The Vienna-based Central Europe Center for Research and Documentation is committed to not just preserving Jewish memories, but to bringing those memories alive. One of their most successful endeavors involved interviewing more than 1,200 elderly Jews still living in Central and Eastern Europe, the Balkans, the Baltics, and the former Soviet Union. They asked the interviewees to provide family photographs and to describe the world they were born in, grew up in, and returned to after they survived the Holocaust.
Moje ime je Matilda Kalev-Čerge.
These personalized stories are now available on films, books, and the internet. It wasn't long until educators from around the world began contacting CENTROPA, requesting permission to use the material. That gave birth to CENTROPA's summer and winter seminars, sponsored in part by the European Jewish Fund.
When I look at these videos, the kids are so motivated.
Melanie Shaul, who teaches children with learning disabilities in the Israeli town of Hadera, credits CENTROPA for opening new horizons for her.
Well, it helps me to network with other teachers. That means when I'm here, I can organize different things to do with the children. And not only are we building projects with the kids in our classroom, but also I'm building projects with other people. So we're crossing boundaries.
Many of the educators attending the CENTROPA Academy are not Jewish. Some, like Anna Janina Klose from Białystok, Poland, face challenges in teaching the Holocaust. Białystok was once home to a large Jewish community. That ended with the Shoah. Klose says she begins her Holocaust course by talking about righteous Gentiles.
It's still, very difficult subject for students, not only in my school, in most of schools in Białystok. So first I start from Polish side, and later on we did one projects connected with school theater, and I did one drama about witnesses from Białystok.
In addition to hands-on filmmaking tips, CENTROPA helped broaden the teacher's own understanding of the Holocaust by visiting several memorials and museums in Germany. Academy participants also took a walking tour through neighborhoods in what had once been the vibrant Jewish section of Berlin.
Look at the exquisite use of 1920s brick. What you're seeing is a classic example of Bauhaus architecture of the Weimar period.
Hitler has become the greatest definer of Jewish identity in the modern age.
Dr. Robert Adler-Pecker, a lecturer on German Jewish cultural history, encouraged the educators to focus less on the Nazi killing machine, which destroyed a third of European Jewry, saying instead that it was important that students also know how Jews lived, not just how they died.
We place too much emphasis on the destruction, the actual physical destruction of Jewish people, the mechanics of destruction, mechanisms of killing, and not enough on the life of Jews and the way that they lived before the Shoah. We need to figure out ways of shifting our focus away from looking at pictures of bodies and looking at the way that Jews lived in Europe.
CENTROPA is not only dedicated to combating anti-Semitism and Holocaust denial, but also to connecting people to the lands of Jewish heritage. They do this by creating programs about the entire 20th century, not just about the period of the Third Reich. I'm Yochanan Elro reporting from Berlin, Germany.